So American Psycho, guys, it's the 20th anniversary of this movie. This is a version I got a couple years ago, and it just reminds me so much of my eighth grade movie watching career because I started watching movies around eighth grade, and I watched this, bought the DVD for no reason other than to just have it, and it has brought back some good memories. I have always liked the American Psycho film. I never really loved it. It was never something that stood out to me as being one of the best movies or one of the better horror films because it isn't really a horror, it's more of a psychological thriller. With that, it's very well crafted. It's not just a it's a neat film. It has really neat cinematography and also really good acting from Kristen Bale and great costumes, and everything from Mary Harron is really cool. She really crafts this luxurious New York world to put her killer in. And that's another thing. This is a movie about a serial killer. It isn't really about what you might think of. I mean, there's a famous image of Patrick Bateman with his face where he's just covered in blood, and that's not the movie. The movie isn't so ultra violent constantly. It's more about a guy who's adjusting to his world as a serial killer. So it's kind of like the house that Jack built, where you see a man caught between his two lives, and it's really about being caught in between that blur. It's could be more about the killings, but decides to focus in between and how he is socially awkward, how he tries to maintain a respectable business, front, but he really just goes around chopping people's heads off. So I like that, and it grows on you over time because when I watch these at such a young age, those themes don't really appeal to you or they don't really stand out as much. But then when you rewatch them with an older perspective or just more maturity, you really get it more. At least it sticks in my head more. So American Psycho has totally grown on me. It's one of the better psychological thrillers, and it has great performances. I mean, Reese Witherspoon, Willem Dafoe, Jared Leto, Christian Bale, Josh Lucas, Samantha Mathis. It's really good, and Chloe Sevigny and Justin Theroux. I mean, I could go on. This has a great cast. So yeah, one of the best films of the early 2000s, and it's really just a landmark. Even if it's not one of the essentials, it is an essential. It's just one of the staples of the early 2000s.